one in Byron Bay, which I assume is the granddaddy of them all, is probably the best run show any place that I've ever been at. It's just not that the other ones aren't well run, but that one is like clockwork. It's bang, bang, bang. And the crowds are phenomenal. The crowds are always great, really responsive, having a ball. And then you get to stay at that really cool little hotel there on the beach and nice restaurants there. There's not too much to not like about it.
The Bluesfest has got to be just about the greatest event that you could possibly hope for. I mean, it's I played at the first. I'm not sure whether I played at the very first. I think I did, but at one stage I'd played at 9 out of 11 Bluesfests, and I've played quite a few since. And I've just seen it grow from, a little thing in the piggery at Byron Bay to move to the Belongal Fields, and then they went somewhere else for a couple of years, and then they eventually bought their own area at Niagara. And I mean, Peter's got an unbelievable team that work on making it work.
Man, I enjoyed it, man. I didn't get to see any kangaroos, but other than that, I got a chance to hear Hatties Coyote. I got a chance to see George Benson. The crowds were amazing, man. Even on the main stage, it was a really big experience to know that the people down under, loved what we did for sure.
One, just the incredible lineup. I mean, my goodness. There's a lot of great music, and it was so cool to come to Australia for the first time to play and see so many familiar faces of other artists that we see out on the touring circuit. And also that fest is just amazingly well run, and it was beautiful to be able to get out and finally meet some of our Australian peeps. And also, what a beautiful place. I mean, we got a day off to kind of get used to the time zone, the time change. And so we got to walk around the beach, and it was just really, really beautiful.
Man, last time we were over, we just had a real great big time, a lot of good days on the beach, a lot of good times with fellow musicians, a lot of fellowship, a lot of good music was made, and a lot of sun, a lot of good times, man. I mean, ain't nothing better than good times.
God, I've got a lot of them. I've been coming for a while now. I guess the first time we came was when the Hard Way came out in 1990. And that was a tour with the band. And I've come back solo as much as I've come with the band. I brought a band a few times, but it's expensive. So I always kept up the skill set of doing solo shows. So I've done several Australian tours solo. This was going to be solo. I didn't really plan it that way, but that's how it's going to be. And as Lucinda and I are on the same dates for the 4 sets of shows. And so I'll sit in with her band some probably. And we've known each other a long time, literally since we were teenagers, So it's, the last tour was right across the country with Paul Kelly, who I've known as long as I've been coming to Australia. Since before I ever went to Australia, I met Paul in Nashville. His first trip over to the States in like 86 or 87, took him to Tootsie's Orchid Lounge for the first time. And I like Australia. I like, it's an English speaking territory of the world. It's far away, but it's like what I do is about language. And there's only so many people in the world in certain places that speak the language that I write in. So I try to make those places.
And so this will be my first time coming with my solo project, and I'm so excited. I've been hearing about Bluesfest for so many years, and I've wanted to just attend for so many years. So to get to play it is really such an honor.
Wow. Well, from musician standpoint, it is like the coolest rock and roll fantasy club. Just being able to go backstage and all these people you really admire and music you love, just hanging out. That part when you arrive, especially the first time, I remember the whole band was just blown away. Like, oh my gosh, we're sitting around eating lunch with these people whose albums you listen to. So it really is like fantasy camp. And then it's just it's got such a really, despite being so huge, it's got a really cool family vibe. I really love that there's so many people that return each time, and you actually start to recognize people and see familiar faces. Not just with the crew working it, but even the audience too. I think that's so cool that they've cultivated that kind of vibe where it still feels very home like. So that's a lot of fun too.